Philadelphia News, team of my heart. Are you ready to see how Paul George can transform the Sixers' championship hopes? In this video, we break down why George's arrival is a game changer and how he can perfectly coexist with another dominant star on the team. You'll learn why his experience with other elite players makes him the perfect fit for Philadelphia. We'll also tackle the biggest concern, staying healthy. Don't miss the latest Sixers news, hit subscribe and stay ahead of every twist and turn this season. You've been eagerly following the Sixers news, and you're probably wondering how two powerhouse talents can thrive together on the court. When you think about the combination of an elite scorer and a dominant inside presence, the question naturally arises, will they clash, or will they elevate each other's game? You might be worried about whether Paul George can truly coexist with the big man, considering that both players have the potential to be the go-to option when the game is on the line. It's easy to imagine that when the clock is ticking down, egos could come into play, leading to a power struggle over who takes the last shot. But here's the thing, George isn't just any star. He's a player who has already navigated this territory with some of the biggest names in the NBA. George's track record speaks volumes about his ability to adapt and thrive alongside other stars. Just look at his recent years. He's shared the floor with the likes of Kawhi Leonard, a player known for his deadly efficiency on both ends of the court. And despite that, George has consistently found ways to make his mark, whether as the leading man or as a complementary piece. It's that adaptability that makes him such a valuable asset to the Sixers. You might ask, what about when it really matters? Who's going to be the one to take that crucial shot? George himself has already addressed this on his podcast. He's clear that it's not about who wants the shot more, it's about what the team needs. He's played alongside other superstars, and he's used to the coach making that call. In this case, it's going to be up to Nick Nurse to decide who gets the ball in those game-deciding moments. And George is fine with that because he knows it's all about getting the best shot, not about who's taking it. But the real concern isn't about who takes the shot, it's about keeping these stars on the court together in the first place. You know the history, injuries have plagued both players, making it crucial for the coaching staff to manage their minutes wisely. If the Sixers want to see the full potential of this duo, they need to make sure they're healthy when it counts. The key to success here isn't just about X's and O's, it's about strategy over the long haul. Philadelphia has a roster that's primed for a deep playoff run, but that potential only becomes reality if the team is at full strength come postseason. And with the kind of summer the Sixers have had, adding seasoned veterans to bolster the squad, you can feel that this team is built for something special. But before you start dreaming about raising a banner, remember that the road to the finals runs through some formidable opponents. The Sixers will need everything to click perfectly, including the synergy between their two stars, to overcome the juggernaut in Boston. Yet, if everything falls into place, the combination of their dynamic skill sets could be exactly what Philadelphia needs to finally break through. You're already thinking about the potential roadblocks. It's natural to wonder if egos might clash or if the chemistry between these stars will be as seamless as we hope. But let's look at the facts. Paul George has made it clear that his focus is on winning, not on personal accolades. He's been in situations before where he had to adjust his role, whether that meant being the primary scorer or stepping back to let another star take over. His willingness to embrace whatever role is necessary for the team is what makes him a perfect fit for the Sixers. Consider the pressure cooker of a playoff game, where every possession counts, and the clock is ticking down. You might worry about who gets the ball, but George's experience tells you that the decision isn't about ego, it's about the best shot available. He's played alongside some of the biggest names in the league and has always found a way to contribute meaningfully. When it comes to crunch time, he's not just thinking about his shot but about making the right play, whether that means taking the shot himself or setting up his teammate for a better opportunity. Nick Nurse's system will likely emphasize ball movement and finding the open man, which plays right into George's strengths. You've seen him thrive in systems where he can be both a scorer and a facilitator, and that versatility is what will make him so valuable in those critical moments. Whether he's hitting the clutch shot or making the pass that leads to it, George has proven that he can perform under pressure, and that's exactly what the Sixers need. But beyond the X's and O's, the real challenge will be maintaining the health of the roster. Injuries have been a concern, and you know how crucial it is to keep both stars on the court as much as possible. Managing minutes and ensuring that they're both peaking at the right time will be key to making sure this duo can lead the Sixers deep into the playoffs. The Sixers have done a great job of adding depth this offseason, bringing in veterans who can contribute and take some of the load off the stars. This depth will be essential not only during the grind of the regular season but also when the playoffs arrive. Having a roster full of capable players means that the team won't have to rely too heavily on just one or two guys, which should help in keeping everyone healthy and ready for the postseason push. And let's not forget about the challenge posed by the competition. You're aware that the Eastern Conference is stacked, with teams like the Celtics posing a serious threat. But with the right game plan and a healthy roster, the Sixers have the potential to be the team that others fear. George's ability to adapt, coupled with the presence of the team's other star, gives the Sixers a unique combination of talent and experience that could be the key to finally getting over the hump. You've been following Sixers news closely, so you know that talent alone isn't enough to win a championship. It takes more than just a collection of stars, it takes a team that can work together, especially when the stakes are at their highest. The question isn't just about who's on the roster, it's about how well they can play together when it matters most. You're probably wondering, can this new duo really lead the Sixers to glory, or will they fall short like so many others before them? The answer lies in the way these players complement each other. On one hand, you have a star who has proven he can adapt, no matter who's sharing the court with him. Paul George's ability to slide into different roles, whether as a scorer, a playmaker, or even a decoy, is what makes him such a valuable piece for this team. He's not just about getting his own, he's about making sure the team gets the best possible outcome on every possession. You can picture the scenario: the game is tight, the clock is winding down, and everyone in the arena is on the edge of their seats. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make the play that seals the win? George has been in these situations countless times before, and he's delivered more often than not. Whether it's taking the shot himself or setting up his teammate, he knows how to handle the pressure. But this isn't just about George. The success of this duo hinges on how well they can play off each other. George's perimeter shooting and ability to create his own shot will open up the floor, creating more space for his teammate to operate inside. When you combine that with a player who can dominate in the paint and stretch the floor, you've got a combination that's nearly impossible to defend. Now, think about the player who benefits the most from this setup. You've seen how dominant he can be when he's got the space to work. With George drawing defenders out to the perimeter, it frees up the paint for this star to do what he does best. You can already imagine the pick-and-roll plays, the inside-out game, and the relentless attack that will keep defenses on their heels. But all of this depends on one crucial factor: health. You know as well as anyone that injuries have been a recurring issue, not just for George but for this entire team. Keeping both stars healthy is the key to unlocking their full potential. If they can stay on the court, they have the chance to be the most dangerous duo in the league. And now, let's talk about that other star, the one who's been the cornerstone of this franchise. Did you already guess who it is? Of course, it's Joel Embiid. When you pair a dominant force like Embiid with a versatile star like George, the possibilities are endless. You're looking at a team that has the potential to go all the way, to finally bring a championship back to Philadelphia. But it's not just about potential, it's about execution. You've seen how close this team has come in recent years, only to fall short. But this year feels different. With George on board, Embiid has the support he needs to take this team to the next level. The pieces are in place. Now it's up to them to make it happen. So, if you're excited about what's to come, make sure you stay connected. You don't want to miss a moment of this season. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and be the first to get all the latest Sixers news as this team embarks on what could be a historic journey. Are you ready for it?